Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Xochitl. If you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can keep up with all of my videos. Today we're doing another keto what I eat in a day video, and I've been super excited about this one because basically I've been doing intermittent fasting, so just 2 meals a day, maybe a snack or two in between. Ooh, my tortillas are ready. By the way, I'll show you guys those in a bit. But we are doing a very keto Mexican day of eating today. So excited. So recently for my breakfast, I showed you guys how I made huevos con jamón, eggs with ham, and in my tortilla. But today we picked up chorizo. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I don't know if you had to choose. Well, there's a couple different options. There's huevos con jamón, huevos con chorizo, or huevos con weenie. What team are you? I'm between chorizo and hot dog. I don't know. But today, that's what we're going to do today. And I'll show you my tortilla, which I have ready, just to kind of explain what I did. Super simple, easy if you want that tortilla in your meal. If not, that's totally okay. But I need it. I want it. And what we're gonna do is just quickly something quick and simple you guys can do at home. Maybe if you want to add some extra little things, but just show you for a quick, delicious breakfast. Let's get started. Before we get started, let me just show you guys my tortilla that came. I did mine in the toaster oven. If you want to do more, go ahead and use a bigger cookie sheet. This is parchment paper. I explained it before. Use parchment paper, not aluminum foil. Aluminum foil is gonna stick, but all I did was just put some parchment paper and super easy. I use my Costco mozzarella. The lower moisture, the better, so that it doesn't get all greasy. But basically, serving size is about 1/4 cup. For tortilla, I do about a 1/2 cup. If you want a smaller tortilla, do 1/4 cup. But I think a 1/2 cup is pretty good. And I'm only doing one tortilla, so you can kind of see the calorie count from there. If you happen to have that cheese or just mozzarella cheese in general, just want to be careful calorie wise. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this on to a plate to let it cool down, and I'm going to get started on my other tortilla while I make my chorizos and chorizo. Huevo con chorizo. All right, so I'm letting my pan heat up. That feels nice and hot, and I'm gonna go in with my chorizo. I usually get Supremo brand. Usually, that's the brand's usually there at Jewel. Next, maybe I go to the Mexican grocery market and they have more. But I like the pork option. I know they have beef and they have pork, but I just feel like pork just feels right. So that's usually what I buy. For a while, I was like, which one do I get? And so there's 2 of them that comes in a pack. And honestly, when I would make for the 2 of us, I would probably use about half, or probably maybe just a little bit more this time. But I'll just cut it open, slice it somewhere. And maybe a little bit less than half, and I'm just gonna pour it into the hot pan, and no oils or anything needed because obviously chorizo has its own fats that it'll cook in. And what I'm gonna do while it cooks is just kind of break it apart into tiny, just like you would like ground beef or anything else like that. I like to smush and then break. All right, once you break it up, it should look like this. And honestly, just kind of cook for a good while, maybe like 5 minutes or so. Make sure it doesn't look burnt. Don't burn your chorizo, basically. All right, so I think now is, I cooked it maybe 5-6 minutes or so. I had the heat a little bit higher. So now is when I'm gonna pour my eggs. So I've already scrambled 4 eggs in the bowl, and we're just gonna pour it right over and just let that cook together. No salt. I honestly don't add any salt because there's enough salt in the chorizo already. So, my second tortilla is ready just in time. But yeah, I'm just moving this guy around, letting it cook. I like to make sure I've got enough chorizo dispersed with the eggs as well, just so we can get nice little ratio amount. Let that kind of cook at the bottom, and we'll flip around. All right, so this is about how I like it to look. Not too dry, not too moist. So let's get on over and put it on my tortilla. Now for the super simple part, that you let your tortillas cool down, you can kind of, soak off the grease with a paper towel as well, just so they're not too greasy. And we've got our chorizo, so let's go ahead and easy part, just throw it in there. And you know, some on the side now, sometimes you eat some of it with a fork. Let's do that. And we can do a little side of avocado Or you could put your avocado in your huevos con chorizo, however you want. But make sure we get some more fats in. And now let's take a bite of our huevos con chorizo. All right, so we have our huevos con chorizo and a cheese tortilla. I miss chorizo. It's been a while since we had chorizo. Team chorizo. So good. Super simple, super easy. If you don't like chorizo, do eggs and ham. If you don't like ham, you can do eggs and hot dog. Of course, on keto, try to make sure they're like beef hot dogs. I'm just not a big fan of all beef hot dogs. I like Oscar Mayer for my eggs and hot dogs. So that's why I'm like, I'm good. I don't need the real stuff. But something quick and simple. So we're gonna go ahead and enjoy our breakfast. Also, I wanted to mention that I am having my keto coffee as well. So in here, my usual that I've put on if you see my other videos, for those of you who haven't. So I put 1 tablespoon of MCT oil, 1 tablespoon of Swerve sugar, granulated sugar, or sweetener rather, and then 1 tablespoon of coconut oil and about 2 tablespoons of unsweetened almond milk, or you can do heavy cream, whichever you want. But that's how I like my coffee. I think I'm gonna start experimenting soon with some iced coffees as the season comes upon us. But I hope you guys enjoyed my breakfast, lunch/breakfast or keto. And next for dinner, we are making albondigas. So if you guys have been wanting to see that video, I'm like, you know what, it still gets a little bit chilly here in Chicago. And I'm honestly one of those people who likes caldo in like 100-degree weather because I just love caldo. Let me know if you love caldo no matter what weather it is. I mean, just turn the AC on, you're good. But that's what we're going to do for dinner and next. Super excited, so stay tuned for that. All right, so I'm actually going to start prepping dinner, but I just worked out earlier and we went for a walk. So I just want to show you my little snack that I'm gonna have before I make dinner, in between when I make dinner. Who else likes to snack while they eat? And it's honestly just 2 pieces of prosciutto and some sharp cheddar cheese. And I buy this at Aldi, my favorites. What do you call it? Keto snack? Other snack? No matter what snack. So I just got like a block of the sharp cheddar and I cut it up. And then we've got a couple of slices of prosciutto, and that'll be good until we make a dinner. Also drinking lots and lots of water. All right, we are back and it is about to be time for dinner. I'm so excited. Just had my snacks, keep me going. And now we're gonna go ahead and make keto albondigas. So pretty simple. I haven't changed too much of the actual recipe. The main thing is I'm not putting a rice in the albondigas. I'm frying with a different type of oil, but of course you can choose whatever type of oil you want. And the veggies that I'm going to put in there are going to be different as well. But honestly, don't get intimidated by this. It's actually a very easy recipe and you can modify it how you like it depending how spicy you want them or not. So let's get started with the meat. Okay, so the meat portion of this is very easy. So I have about 1 pound of ground beef on the bottom, and then we have about 1 pound of ground pork. You can do maybe just 1, but the mixture of this are going to make them very, very juicy. Now for my seasonings on there, just salt, pepper, and oregano. If you have apparently Mexican oregano, do that too. I'm not sure what that is, but I've already got it prepared here. So about 2 teaspoons of salt, about half a teaspoon of black pepper, and then we have about 1/4 teaspoon, a little bit more grounded up, of the oregano. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put that on here. I like to make sure the ground beef gets a little bit of salt, and you can, you know, kind of adjust the salts and the seasonings as you want. I feel like, so the recipe I actually follow, I'm gonna link it down below if you want like the legit albondigas later, which delicious. It's about half of these seasonings, but I double up on the meat, and this leaves me for leftovers too. So I, you know, got to add a little bit more salt. And every time Frankie's like, it's not salty enough, so let's add a little bit of salt, but you also don't want to over salt it. Next, what I'm going to go ahead and add are 2 cloves of garlic. Once again, I'm doubling up because I'm making double the amount of albondigas. And then about 5, I don't know how you say it in English, ramitas? Stems of hierba buena, or if you want a mint. So I'm just going to put that in there. And then we're just going to go ahead and add 2 eggs, and this is going to help kind of keep everything together to stick. Normally in the recipe you would put the cooked rice on here as well, But we're not going to add rice because that is carbs. Are carbs. And then what we're going to do is you can start to mix the eggs, but eventually we're going to use our hands to form the meatballs. But we want to make sure everything just kind of gets nice and mixed in there together. And you can add whatever other seasonings you want. Comment down below if you add anything else to this mixture or just anything else to this recipe to make them even better. Also, if they're keto friendly, extra points. But if not, I'm interested in anybody else's recipes for later on. All right, so now that we've, kind of mixed with the fork, we're gonna go in with our hands and really mix that in. And we're gonna make our meatballs. Oh, also, yeah, I did say 2 cloves of garlic, right? Yeah, we did garlic. If you have a garlic press, even easier, but you want to make sure to finely chop that. And I, of course, added more garlic than the recipe says because I like garlic. So now I'm gonna go ahead. You want to at least try to keep them all the same sizes. I'm gonna be a little big. And, the bigger they are, the longer it might take to cook too. So about this size. It's got a little bit of yerba buena in there. And I've got my little, what do you call it, cutting board over here. That might be a little big. And we're just gonna go ahead and make the bolitas. All right, so we're done with our meatballs. That made about 27. If you want to make them just a wee bit smaller, maybe you can even get like 28 to 30 little meatballs, but try to keep them somewhat around the same size. So now that we got our meatballs ready, let's go ahead and make our salsa, which also is very, very simple. And I'll show you how you can kind of modify it to your taste and or spice levels. Okay, so now in my blender, I have 6 tomatoes and I boiled them for about 7 minutes or so, and they're cooling down here. Next, what I'm going to go ahead and do is super simple. So I'm going to add 3 cloves of garlic and about this size of onion. Now remember that onions do have carbs, so careful with how much onion you put in there. And then we're going to do about 3/4 cup of some of the water that I boiled the tomatoes in, just to kind of help it mix. And now here is where I kind of switch it up. I like to put my chipotle spice in the blender just so it can really get nice and blended. So once again, we are using San Marcos. So this guy's a little one. So 1, and the recipe is usually for 1, but honestly, this is your preference. If you don't like chile chipotle, you can just omit it, but it makes a difference. Trust me. Oh, look at this big boy. So let's add 2, and you know what? I'm gonna add 3 because last time Frankie complained it wasn't spicy enough. Oof. Because that was a little mini boy too. Damn, these are big. But sometimes some of them just aren't as spicy. So I'm not going to chance it today. We're just going to put 3 in there. But you do as much chile as you want. And now we're going to go ahead and blend that up till it's nice and smooth. All right, now let's go ahead and move on over to the stove and let's get this caldo ready. All right, so now I've got my large pot and I added some oil in there. You want an oil that can fry. So honestly, you can use, if you want, avocado oil or grapeseed oil. They both fry, but avocado oil is more expensive. So we are gonna go ahead and use grapeseed oil for today. So I just kind of let that heat up at the bottom of the pan. And now we're going to go ahead and add our salsa, caldo. And we're going to let that fry. Next, what we're going to add is some caldo de pollo. You can also do caldo de res, whatever you have, whatever you like. I like caldo de pollo. And I'm going to do about, here's 1 teaspoon. Flavor it how you like, 1.5. I like a little bit more flavor, so a little bit over 1.5 teaspoons. And this is also really good for those electrolytes. So if those of you who need some electrolytes, this caldo is going to be really good for that. So thank you, Nor. Thank you, caldo de pollo. And today I actually did work out. So I'm like, you know what? I need me some electrolytes. So Nor to the rescue. Who else has this as a staple in your household? You ain't legit unless you got this in your house. Actually, you're really legit if you got the large one. And then all I'm going to do is just mix that up and let that kind of fry up a little bit for about 7 minutes. And we'll do the next step. All right, so after about 7 minutes, we're going to go ahead and put about 1 liter of water. If you have caldo de res, leftover caldo de res, that's just going to make it even juicier, but I do not. So water will be just as good, but if you want even more flavorful albondigas, feel free to do that. Next, what we're going to do is we're just going to give it a minute, let that kind of incorporate a little bit, and we're going to wait for it to boil so that we can put in our albondigas. All right, so now that our caldo has come to a boil, and get those aromas in. Ooh, it smells like it smells like home. What we're gonna do is go ahead and start adding our albondigas, and you want to try to kind of give them room. You don't want them like overlapping on each other. Let them kind of cook evenly. So we're gonna go ahead and drop those bad boys in one by one. And once you've got them all there, just kind of try to space them out a little bit so they can get cooked evenly. And we're going to go ahead and just add the top. We're going to cook this for sure about 20 minutes. Depending on what vegetables you're going to put in, you might start putting them around like maybe the 25-minute mark, maybe the 30-minute mark. Like normally if you had carrots, I would probably put them in around the 25-minute mark. And then like the ones that are harder to kind of cook down, you want to put those first. So whatever other keto approved veggies you want to put it in, kind of time it that way. But I'm only really gonna put in zucchini, so I'm just gonna like check in on this around the 20-minute mark, but not till about 37-40 minutes am I actually gonna put the zucchini in, and we're just gonna need to cook that for about 5 minutes. So let this kind of cook a little bit. I'm gonna put the heat down just a bit, and we'll be right back. All right, so it's been about 37 minutes. Woo-wee. And our meatballs is looking good. We're almost done. Now, I'm only going to put in one veggie. You can totally mix it up. But now is when I'm just going to go ahead and put my zucchini in. And zucchini cooks pretty quickly. You just need it in there for 5 minutes. So you can actually just turn this off and mix the zucchini in. And then we're just going to cover it for about 5 minutes, and we will be ready to eat our albondigas soon. And here we have our albondigas. Careful because it is hot, but we got a nice big bowl right here, and I want to take a bite, but it's just way too hot. But it smells good. I honestly only put zucchini now that I'm making the keto ones, but normally I would like some potato and carrots. Comment down below what other keto veggies you would put into your caldo de albondigas. Someone commented on my IG when I posted a photo of this. If you put radishes in there, they taste like potatoes. I don't know. I'm not ready for that one yet. Let me know if you agree though. Maybe I should, maybe and next time. But regardless, this is delicious. I'm about to go enjoy it since it did get kind of chilly outside anyway. I hope you guys enjoyed my recipes for today. A very Mexican keto day, but it's probably the most delicious day ever. Let me know if you guys love these videos and you want to see some more. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can keep up with all of my videos, keto and or beauty related. Don't worry, we'll still be adding some of those in there, but I'm just having too much fun for the keto, and a lot of you guys are enjoying those as well. I'm seeing progress, and let me know if anybody else has started keto and how it's going for you. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.